What's up, Transformers fans? Mondo here, and welcome to week 6 of Moonbase 84's year-long celebration of 40 years of Grimlock and the Dinobots. And flanked here by these two fine gentlemen, we have the 2006 Classics Grimlock. Now these guys are in the video today because, fun little story, they're early birthday presents from my son. And it's funny because ever since the first Jurassic Park came out, I've been fighting the urge to get into collecting Jurassic Park figures. I've always grown up loving dinosaurs, hence why probably Grimlock and the Dinobots are my favorites. But my son got me these as an early birthday present, so kind of feeding an addiction or an obsession that I've been fighting since '93, I think, when the first Jurassic Park came out. But he picked these two guys up for me, and I absolutely love them. And because it's a Dinobot video, I figured I'd have them join Grimlock for a little bit today. So I want to say thank you to my son again, because I absolutely love these guys, and I couldn't be happier to have them. My wife maybe not so much, because now the house is in danger of not only being filled with transforming robots and transforming dinosaurs that turn into robots, but also just dinosaurs. And quickly, before we do check out Classics Grimlock, if you could hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and all that jazz, I'd really appreciate it. So here we have the 2006 Classic Grimlock, and besides the feeble attempt at it with an Energon, with the Energon Grimlock and Swoop 2-pack, I believe this is the first time we got Grimlock as a T-Rex in the modern take of the T-Rex, meaning he's not dragging his tail like Godzilla. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I think this is the first time. And I really like the looks of this Grimlock. He has a lot of nice detail and panel work, and actually something you don't see at all anymore is he has like a bit of a wash in those details, like you can see here and around here, to bring out the rivets and some of the like vent looking things. And just a lot of nice sculpted detail throughout. And his gray plastic is broken up with some blacks, some gold on the feet, on the neck. There you can see that wash. It's really nice. And all through the tail he has some gold coloring, and just highly sculpted, and as I keep saying, nicely detailed. There's his head, really cool. And then he has this gun sword accessory that you can take off. And that's the one thing I would say, is that I wish this post could fold or something, because it sticks up way too high. So that's the only kind of negative I have about this T-Rex mode, I think, overall. And here's the other side. He has the wire going from the back of his head down to his leg, which that part is cool, but it's weird because why would you leave wires exposed if you're a fighting robot? It'd be kind of like humans having blood vessels on the outside of their body, which is gross, but yeah, same deal. So I don't know why you would do that. We'll get another look at the top. So yeah, really, really cool. For articulation, his little dino arms move around. His jaw is articulated, opens and closes. Some nice teeth. No other articulation because of how he transforms at the head, except for it does go down and up quite a bit, but no side to side or anything. His legs go all over. He's got some bends. His feet articulate, so really cool. And what I like about him also is a lot of Grimlocks don't really articulate very well in the tail, and this guy has joints here, 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 and here, so they go all over the place like a snake. So that's awesome. Before we transform him up into robot mode, I just wanted to point out I forgot the rub sign, which unfortunately mine doesn't seem to work anymore. I've been rubbing the hell out of this thing and nothing. And then he has some red plastic up here for light piping. Okay, let's get him transformed up into robot mode and check him out. And here we have Classics Grimlock all transformed up into robot mode, and I say this a lot with a lot of toys, but I'll say it again when it comes to this Grimlock. Much like his Dino mode, I do really enjoy his robot mode. I think it looks pretty cool. It does have some problems, so I'm going to note those as well. But we will take a closer look. And we'll start it off with that cool, awesome Grimlock head. There is some light piping to bring out the red in his eyes, but my camera is not allowing it. And then of course you have this very Grimlock like gold piece, and here you get like a little red like circle. There's no badge or anything like some other characters that sport that, but there's some nice panel work in that gold. And then you have his waist with some hits of red on his hips, and then some silver. And of course, with this Grimlock, he transforms differently than a traditional like G1 type Grimlock, where his T-Rex head actually make his feet. And of course, you get all that nice wash and detail and stuff because of that, because that we saw in Dino mode. And then you have his arms with some hits of grayish black here. And then the back is a little messy up top here for my liking, but it's not terrible. I might more like this when you transform it. I want it to go up to make like his traditional like wings, but it doesn't go up all the way. It's not too bad. Those aren't the issues that I was talking about though. His transformation is actually interesting, and someday when I get better at transforming characters, I will do transformation segments maybe. But he transforms, like I said, it's very interesting where his arms pop and then you twist him sideways. But because of that, on my copy at least, they're supposed to peg into the body, and they don't like to stay pegged. You might see that when I'm doing articulation, and these panels here on the sides are supposed to come down to help secure it, and they don't really do that good of a job. Again, you might see that during articulation, which I'm going to do right now. So his head does turn. My copy is still really tight. It does turn side to side, no up or down or anything. His arms kick out that far. These are his dino legs, so any kind of movement you got in the dino legs, pretty much you get with the robot arms. And he does have a 90 elbow bend. No wrist or anything like that, but he does have a, oh, I gotta get on camera here, bicep swivel. He does have a waist due to that, back on camera, fool. He does have a waist due to transformation, but it's actually upper torso, and you can see here how it's popping apart because I'm messing with him. Again, that is frustrating when you're messing with him and his arms go up like that. I mean, it's a shame that he likes to come apart so easily. Sorry, I'm all over. His legs do kick. They're on ball joints, forward, way back. His arms go up like that. He does the full split. He's got rotation at that ball and a knee bend, and his feet go back and forth because that's the same articulation as his dino head, no tilt or anything. So yeah, that was a very messy articulation segment. I don't really like articulation segments anyway, to be quite honest with you guys, because I find them quite boring. I know people like to see what a figure can do, but it just seems like you're saying the same thing over and over. But, you know, it is what it is. For accessories, we already saw his bladed gun type weapon. And it can only be used as a gun. You can't hold it like this for the actual blade. No place to really do that. And then you get his tail, which is kind of like a lance. And overall, if you saw my first video for our celebration, I did the G1 Grimlock. So this guy is very reminiscent of the Pretender Grimlock, how he transforms. So he has that, and he has his gun. And this does fire. I'm not going to fire it though. Well, maybe we'll give it a go. Let's give it a go. Whoa, that's pretty powerful. That's why I didn't want to give it a go. But yeah, very reminiscent of the Pretender Grimlock. I don't really care for this as a weapon, but if he does part form, and if you want to have it somewhere, you can have him hold it as a lance. So my overall thoughts on the 2006 Classics Grimlock are, I really love the look of him and the design of him. I love how they use the wash on parts of him to bring out details, and again, you usually don't see that. I really like the look of his dino mode, very articulated. I especially love how the tail is so articulated. Robot mode, I think he looks really cool as well. The thing that holds him back, in my opinion, quite a bit is the mentioned having trouble keeping him all pegged in up here on that section. Two main gripes you hear about this guy throughout the years. Number one, he doesn't transform like G1 Grimlock. He transforms like the G1 Pretender Grimlock, so kind of he does in a way, just not the G1 Grimlock. But the other gripe I also hear a lot more of is that he's too small, he's undersized. And yeah, when you're putting him up with other classics characters and stuff like that, yes, I agree with that. But as a standalone Grimlock, I think he's pretty cool. Frustrations aside with the, again mentioned, securing the tabbing in. Besides that, I really like this Grimlock. I do have a lot of fun with him. And so there's not much else to say about this guy. So I'll probably wrap it up. And I'm hoping you're enjoying my 40-year celebration of Grimlock and the Dinobots every Sunday. Just to remind you guys, there's more things in store. I had a couple people, I'm not going to say their names in case they don't want to, but you can see anyway, they commented on one of these videos asking if I was going to do certain things, and it turns out that I already had them in the mix, so that's great. So guys, if you're watching this one, stay tuned. That will be coming eventually, hopefully sooner than later. I just wanted to get this Grimlock and maybe another video out of the way. Not that it was in the way, but yeah, just I had these on the docket to do. So with that being said, as always, thanks for docking.